All right, BuckeyeHuddle.com. We are here at the Under Armour Future 50 with one of the top linebackers in the 2025 class, TJ Alford. First of all, you're down here at this Future 50 competition. A lot of top juniors in the country. What are you hoping to show this week? I know everyone's here to have fun, but I think there's going to be probably some good competition out there.
Definitely showing my versatility, being able to cover, and how well I move during the drills.
You were able to show a lot of that at Ohio State recently. What stood out to you about that visit, first and foremost? What all were you able to do other than just work out at camp? And what were some of your highlights maybe that trip?
Definitely how it was my first time, but how me and Coach Laurinaitis already had that bond. So I was already comfortable around him, and I spent the whole day with him, so that was great.
Had you been talking to him previously before the visit, or was that kind of your first time to really interact with him?
No, we were talking before the visit. We talked every week since they had 2 weeks before they offered me, and then continued all the way until we got there. But that was my first time meeting him in person.
Yeah. And you got to work with him as well. What was that like? Obviously, when you make a decision, maybe that player-coach relationship probably be pretty important to you.
Sir.
Is that a guy you could maybe see yourself working with at the next level, or kind of what did you think about working with him?
Definitely. Who wouldn't want to play for a legend like him?
So you're aware of his pro career. Okay,
yeah.
Look, I'm getting old. He's my generation. So, what kind of has drawn you to Ohio State? Because you've been up there. It sounds like you're pretty interested in the Buckeyes at this point. You might come back in the fall for a game. What are some things maybe that have you interested in the program?
Definitely just the history. How they're always in the playoffs. They have pretty much the best offense in the nation. So now they're just really working on building up that defense so they can win a national championship.
And is that a message they kind of gave to you, hey, we've got the offense figured out, the defense is improving, but we got to get some more difference makers on there? Is that something they kind of emphasized to you?
Yes, sir.
You mentioned you might get back for a game in the fall. Do you know which game that might be, or have you put any thought into that?
Not yet, but I think, do they play Michigan home?
They will be up in Ann Arbor for that one.
Oh, no. So, yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Yep. Have you had any contact with any other coaches? I know Tony Alford kind of recruits that part of the state. Is there anyone else you talked to, or has it only been Coach Laurinaitis so far?
Coach Laurinaitis, Coach McGarth, and Coach Knowles. Those were the main three.
So you've been talking to Coach Knowles as well,
yes,
and kind of what has he told you? Has he given you any insight into how they view you at kind of which linebacker spot, or kind of what your role might be?
They really like me at either the Mike or the Will position. I could play either in the box or out in space and blitz, so that's really where they like me at.
For people who are just kind of getting familiar with you, what type of game would you kind of describe yourself as having? Are there guys you try and pattern yourself after, or guys that you look up to?
I definitely look up to Fred Warner. Mainly a coverage linebacker, more athletic linebacker, but can also come down and lay a hit.
Now, you were listed at 6'1", 209. I don't believe that's accurate. What's your actual height and weight?
I feel like it's 6'2", and the weight 213.
Okay. The weight might be close, but I'm I think because normally you see 6'1", and you're he's maybe 6 foot. You're well over 6'1".
Yes,
so,
sir.
Did you get a growth spurt recently, or just
nah, not recently.
People need to wake up on your height.
Yes, sir.
Where else might you go, either the rest of the summer or in the fall? Are there some other schools you're trying to get to?
The rest of the summer, I just have a Georgia visit on the 28th, and I might stop by Florida on the 29th, but I'm not sure about that yet.
Super early, not holding you to any top schools, but are there a couple schools that either you feel like you're building a really good relationship with, or that have maybe given you a visit that's jumped out to you or anything like that at this point?
Yes, sir. The main three are definitely Miami, Florida, and Ohio State, but it's definitely other ones that I have a good relationship with.
Yeah, that's 2 Florida schools.
Yes, sir.
You're a Florida guy. How difficult would it be for you to leave the state of Florida if that's ultimately what you want to do?
It wouldn't be that difficult. I really want to see what's out in the world. I've been in Florida my whole life, so I kind of want to see something new.
Obviously, the Gators, pretty close to Gainesville where you're at, right? Not too far down the road.
Yes, sir.
What do you like about what Coach Napier's doing there, and just kind of what your thoughts on that program?
It's definitely great. He has a lot of players from my area, Javion Toombs, Kamari Wilson, Najee Harris. So I know if I go there, I'm around people who know me personally.
And then Miami, what stood out to you about Miami?
Definitely just the program. I love communicating with Coach Nicholson, his passion for the game, his high energy.
We appreciate you doing this, TJ.
Yes, sir.
We're looking forward to watching you out there on the field this weekend, and good luck.
Thank you.